The Big Game is sponsored by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you.
Hello, everybody. Chris Egan, King 5 Sports. The big game of the week, the Sumner Spartans taking on the Curtis Vikings. And I just want to say this. If you've never been to a high school football game in the great state of Washington, please do yourself a favor and come to Sumner, because not only is it good football, but they put on quite a show here. It's homecoming head coach of the Spartans, Keith Ross. We're in the VIP section here.
Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty nice. We got fireworks tonight. We've had a parade. The band is sensational. How special is this high school? How special are these Friday nights in Sumner?
Oh my God, Friday night football in Sumner is great, but homecoming is just to a next level. With the whole town coming out to the parade and the band and all the activities going on in the parade, the carnival and the fireworks at halftime. Last year was the first time I've ever seen them, because I'm usually in the locker room. So I came out and, it's just an amazing event, and we have an amazing staff and community here that really embellishes, and really embodies what we do here with our sports and activities, and we get such great support from the town. It's small town football at its finest.
Would you like to play at home? Of course you would. But if you're going to play someplace else, this is a great atmosphere. They put on a good show. There's always energy. It's homecoming. It's two really competitive teams. It's two top 10 teams. So it's got all the ingredients to be a good game. And the last three times we've met each other, it's come down to who gets the ball last.
Welcome, everybody, to the King 5 Big Game of the Week, brought to you by Phillips Law Firm, coming to you tonight from Sunset Chev Stadium in beautiful Sumner, Washington, the heart of Sumner. The Curtis Vikings, undefeated in SPSL play, taking on the Sumner Spartans tonight, the defending 4A state champs. It's homecoming night. It's a big night across the Pacific Northwest. Seattle Mariners just getting a nice win in Game 5, and it is my pleasure to welcome into the booth tonight somebody that knows this Sumner football team probably better than anyone. Brett McDaniel, a former teacher here at Sumner, a former coach. Coached the football team, I believe, for a little bit. But Brett McDaniel, you heard his voice during the Puyallup Viking Emerald Ridge game, and we said if we get down to Sumner on a homecoming night, we need to bring Brett McDaniel in the booth. And Brett, what a pleasure to have you on this night. Not only do the Mariners get the win tonight, but here we are back in one of the greatest venues in the state of Washington for high school football.
Chris, it's a pleasure and honor to be here tonight, and obviously homecoming, special night for all of us. We remember the sock hops back in the day, and the dance, the parade. Nobody does it better than this community, and what an opportunity tonight to just capitalize on what's been a great day already. You mentioned the Mariners, we had the parade, we got homecoming dances, we got all kinds of stuff. This is great to be here.
Well, and I've mentioned it to many that if you ever have the chance to come on down to Sumner for a high school football game, this is just a little piece of Texas down here. It just the energy. They had a parade through downtown earlier today, shut the streets off. All the teams paraded down, the cheerleaders, the band, and I'll be talking a lot about that band tonight. One of the not only Brett, one of the best bands in the state of Washington, one of the best bands in the country. We've seen them in the Rose Bowls, we've seen them in huge parades across the country, and they put a lot of energy into this band, don't they?
Well, if you've never seen Mr. Holland's Opus,
it's the live story.
It's the real story. Joe Carl, just a phenomenal human being, Michigan alum, wrote music for Michigan, true story. We'll get back to that, but just an incredible guy. Has built the best band maybe in the state.
Well, to set the scene for you here, from Sunset Chev Stadium, the Curtis Vikings come into this game with a 5-1 overall record, 3-0 in SPSL play. Coach Darren McKay, 6th year with the Curtis Vikings, has done a phenomenal job. They only have one loss this year, and it was a tight ball game with the Lakes Lancers, a team that has been just for the last 20 years one of the top 3A teams in the state. They'd love to have that one back, but in the end it doesn't hurt them in the SPSL standings. If they can come into Sumner tonight, Brett, and get a win, it sets up an SPSL North showdown next week against the undefeated Puyallup Vikings. And then you have the Sumner Spartans, 3-3. But don't let the record fool you. This is the best 3-3 team in the state of Washington. At last check, they are still the defending state champions. They have one of the most energetic experienced coaches in the state and Keith Ross. Their 3 losses, Brett, are against Lake Stevens, final play of the game, up at Lake Stevens against the West Lynn team, which state champs from Oregon, and against the Puyallup Vikings team that we watched that's very good. But I talked to Coach Ross before the game. He said, we're going to learn from it. It hurts, it stings, it's humbling, but you learn more from your losses. Your thoughts on that?
Well, and somebody had told me it was like either the 8th or 9th toughest non-league schedule in the entire nation, not just the state of Washington. So you're right, Chris. The records don't exactly really sum up the parts to this Sumner team. They're a great team. They're a championship pedigree. They're returning a lot of players from that state championship team. For me, it's a bump in the road for this group. And Curtis, it's good to see Curtis back. You know, the Curtis High School, the Bob Lucy days, the early 90s, it just powerhouse program. It's really fun to see Curtis High School back, and competing for league titles again. And tonight's an awesome opportunity for both a team on the up and up, right, and a team that has been there and done that and is trying to do it again.
Yeah, Darren McKay's done a great job with the Vikings. I actually asked him before the game. Obviously, you'd love to play at Bob Lucy Field and University Place with your home fans, but if you're going to go on the road, how much fun is it to come to Sumner? And he talked about it this week at practice. He said this is a high school environment we want to play in. We want to embrace it. This is what high school football is all about, and Darren McKay has been just an advocate for high school football in the state, so it's great to see he's doing good things with the Vikings. Suzanne Vick, the athletic director over there, has really just put together a quality product all across the board. Their tennis team, SBSL champs. Their volleyball team is one of the best in the state. Their water polo, swimming programs, you name it, the Curtis Vikings, their track team, I mean, they're just phenomenal in everything they do over there right now. All right, now we're going to see Sumner's offense. The defense sets the tone and shuts down Curtis on the opening drive. So here comes Sumner. And Nate Donovan is the quarterback. It's a name we've been saying for years. I believe the ball was down there. Pass was to 81, Ashton
Pollard.
Pollard?
Ashton, actually a former student of mine. He's a Bobcat at Sumner Middle School. And great story, great kid. And only a sophomore, maybe a junior. I'll have to check that again. But amazing kid, great athlete. Good to see him out here performing.
I think I was going to have to do this, but I was running around the field for the King 5 live shots. I'm sweating. I'm breathing hard, so I'm taking my jacket off. So we got a long night in the booth, and we got the big game of the week, the Sumner Spartans taking on the Curtis Vikings. That's Israel Neighbors on the carry. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4 yards. And Neighbors and Lance McGee, these are 2 names we'll be saying a lot tonight. They've been having a great, great season for the Sumner Spartans, and they put some big plays on the field.
Keith has always been a big fan, establishing the run early. He's going to do that tonight. He's going to try and win the game at the line of scrimmage, which is a great recipe, right? And try and pound them up front with the big boys who commit a lot of time in the weight room.
Elijah, Cameron, Edgar, Xander, Micaiah, some of the big boys up front. 3rd down and 4, handoff, and not much going there. And give some credit to this Curtis Vikings D-line. There's some big boys up there. The Lavatai boys, Rashawn and Robbie. We know there's many college scouts tonight here looking at players from both teams. So these 2 teams are loaded. These are playoff contenders. And the SBSL, I tell you, SBSL North, Brett, is just loaded right now. You look at 2 of the teams right here. We've seen the Puyallup Vikings this year. On the south side, you got Graham Capellas, and another team's undefeated.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see Graham Capellas here coming up. And it seems like all the teams right now in this league are just so big up front. And I just saw that play by Kingston Kirchhoff. What a big kid. And we got a fake here. Here we go.
Fake.
There it is.
And Keith Ross dialing up some magic right there, and it works. Keith Ross going to his bag of tricks. We saw him, Brett, do that during the state championship game. Number 20 on the carry there with the fake, and that works.
It's a little homecoming special, Chris, that they like to do on homecoming. Actually, that's not true, but ultimately it is a nice homecoming gift for the Spartans. You're right. Big play in the state championship.
Aaron Black, a senior, with a nice carry in the 1st down, and that going back to the Husky Stadium, the Sumner Spartans taking on Camas. They needed a big play. They went with a fake. It worked out. They went down and got the game-winning field goal, and The Sumner Spartans state champs for the first time since 1977. Donovan the throw, Braylon Pope with the catch, and Braylon Pope is fighting for some extra yards. Yards after the catch. Brett McDaniel, a former wide receiver for the Puyallup Vikings. You know about yak yards.
Well, I know about catching the ball. Not a lot of yak in my game, Chris.
We got big game Mike Perry on the camera, engineer Ryan to the left of me here. We got the big game crew, Milt's in the truck. I mean, we got the top stars here tonight. King 5 was all over the Mariners, but we said, hey, high school football doesn't stop, and King 5 is not going to stop covering the high schoolers. Nate Donovan rolling to the right side.
A little post corner action.
Looking, firing, and I think he's going to be out of bounds on that play.
Good idea. There was a post route attended, and then wide receiver did a nice job of peeling off his initial route, coming back to the football, trying to make a play, but just a little bit out of bounds. Nice throw, though.
Sumner Spartans, home team tonight, homecoming, wearing their yellow pants with purple stripes, yellow tops, white helmets. The old Spartan on the helmet. The Curtis Vikings with their road white pants, white tops, blue helmets. Vikings haven't changed much their look. This is the same look you saw from the days of Singor Mobley and Torrey Hunter back in the day. You mentioned Curtis Vikings back in the late 80s and 90s. They were a dominating team.
Chris, my sophomore year, Puyallup High School, Coach Heward puts me out for, I believe, punt team. It's the only time I ever wanted not to be on the field. Did not want to be out there. Singor Mobley, Torrey Hunter, Brian Smith. Absolutely. I would actually argue it might have been the best high school football team to this day I've ever seen, was that 89-90 group built on Singor, Torrey, Bo Baldwin, lots of names. Powerhouse team coached by Bob Lucy, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Bo Baldwin went over to do some great things at Eastern Washington University. First down and 10, ball in the 26, first quarter, no score, big game of the week. Handoff, McGee, and he's got himself, looks like a first down. That should be enough. Looks like he picked up 11 yards on that one right there. Nice little carry there from Lance McGee.
It's a straight power play right off tackle there, right off the guard there. Mano, double team at the point of the line of the scrimmage, and good, 11-yard gain.
11-yard gain, 6 foot, 222 pounds. A lot of muscle down there for number 9. All right, first down and 10, 4:35 to play. As Brett McDaniel mentioned, Keith Ross loves just to pound the rock, eat away at that clock, and that's what they're doing right here. And look at McGee go into the end zone, 15-yard touchdown. Let the lights flicker as they do down here at Sunset Chev Stadium. And just like that, the Spartans looking awfully good on their opening drive of the night, taking it the distance, and it's Lance McGee with the touchdown.
Great job just at the line of scrimmage. Mano, just controlling the line, and Curtis is no joke up front. They got some big boys up there. I think this game is going to be a tough one all the way along, but that was a nice initial drive by Sumner. And I love pulling out the tricks early. Why not? It's homecoming.
Well,
let's have some fun.
And you look at that's the turnaround. They faked it on fourth down. Everybody thought punt. They get the first down, and then it's Lance McGee with the touchdown. And the Sumner Spartans score on their opening drive and take a 7-0 lead. And there goes Sparty all around the stadium right there. Look at Sparty go. Look at the kids. I mean, they just, in the band, we're seeing shots of the bands. I mean, just what an awesome environment. And big game Mike Perry with a good shot of that band right there. Over 200 members in that band. Keith Ross just loves this environment. He was leading the parade today, driving, I think he had a Porsche. I don't think he said that wasn't his bonus pay.
Well, Keith is the parade right now, right? And the hair, the whole thing. He lives downtown. I won't tell you his address. He wouldn't want me to do that, but he's a Valley guy through and through, and came up with the actual Valley term that we now have kind of adopted here with the orange V. Came from Fresno State, in honor of the agricultural pieces in the Valley. We are the rhubarb capital of the world, Chris, in case you did not know that.
Brett McDaniel not only knows football, but he knows agriculture. He's a great coach, and it's great to have him up here in the booth. The Phillips Law Firm, big game of the week. Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you. Sumner leads it 7-0. Curtis stopped on their opening drive, and this is a team led by running back Tice Kinley. You got Sam Patterson, the quarterback, Cole Young, Taylor Smith, Charlie Tyrone, some threats out there. for this Curtis Vikings team. 5-1 in the season. Only loss came to the Lakes Lancers this year.
It's like Elias Isaacs on the tackle there. You can tell by the hair.
And I've heard a lot, and it was Coach Ross that told me, keep an eye on this Isaacs kid. He is just a phenomenal player.
Best thing about Elias Isaacs that I can tell all the young players, he tweets all the time or does the Instagram thing. Guess what? It's never once about him. It's always his teammates.
You like
just a true servant kid at school, on and off the field, 3-year starter.
Rylan Gelderman, senior, 190-pounder for Curtis. Got the handoff. Nice pickup there. Sam Patterson scrambling, throws it away. Smart move there by Patterson. But Coach McKay already mixing up his backfield a little bit, so Rylan Gelderman getting some carries right now. And there are some, you look at that, the size over there, Brett. There's some big boys on that O-line for the Curtis Vikings as well.
They are, for those of you who can't tell at home, they are absolutely huge. And again, going back to the comment we made last time, I cannot believe how big these kids are, how much dedication and time they're putting into the weight room these days. It's just a different deal. I'm glad I played in the era I did, where the biggest guy was 200 pounds.
3:32 to go here, first quarter. Sumner strikes first. They lead it 7-0. Handoff. And I think he reached across. Well, he needed to reach about 8 more yards, Brett, to get the first down there, though.
Little stretch play to the left side, not a bad idea. Sumner is typically, Keith runs a really good 4-4 defense. They really do a nice job with their linebackers of controlling the perimeter, forcing you up the gap, or up the seam, if you will, and they're going to do a nice job of making sure that everything's contained.
And it was Keith Ross says, keep an eye, Chris, on number 27, Elias Isaacs, but this whole defense, very solid for the Spartans. Curtis, 3rd down and 8. Ball on the 43. Patterson throws. Nobody in the area.
No, a little miscommunication there. It looked like Sumner was in a 4-4 cover 3, but it looked a little bit like man. I think the receiver and quarterback were a little off on whether it was a hitch-go kind of combination there, and they're going to have to punt the ball away unless
that brings
they go for the fake.
They could possibly go for the fake. This brings out the punting crew for Coach McKay and the Vikings, down 7-0. Battle for second place in the SBSL. And the Curtis Vikings would say, hang on, Chris, we're undefeated. So really it's a battle for first for them. If they can get a win, they're still in first place and would play Puyallup next week no matter what. How about the return right here? Shakes one, shakes a couple. How about this, Brett McDaniel? 30.
He's gone.
And there is your play of the night. Holy cow. Wyatt Plyler, Jr., 190 pounds, just gave us the play of the night. Holy Wyatt. Wyatt Earp, running wild.
Unbelievable. From right to left across the field. It looked like they had a pursuit angle on him, but yet the kid just kept on just kept on going, chugging away, and got all the way down. What was that, 80-yard touchdown?
Guess who's going to be the big man at the homecoming dance tomorrow? That's going to be Wyatt Plyler. He's showing some moves on the football field tonight. We'll be seeing those on the homecoming dance tomorrow. What a return. I think he took that, Brett, probably about 65 yards possibly on that.
And I said 80 only because he went horizontal about 30 yards before he cut it up there, but really nice run. Congratulations to him, his parents, his family out there. Homecoming night, packed house, and you return it 65 yards for a touchdown. Great memory for him.
That's got the cheer squad up, excited, and the Curtis Vikings a little shocked right now, Brett. They've been burned by a fake punt and now a punt return for a touchdown, and there goes the bell again. This is a tradition at Sumner. They ring in as many points they have?
Yes, as many points as they have, and they'll rotate different people. They'll have student body presidents. They'll have cheerleaders. They'll have staff members come down and rotate on the bell.
I felt like she didn't ring it 14 times there. I'm just saying.
Well, it's a good point, Chris. I think she
it's early.
It's early.
You don't want to wear out early?
Yeah, and to her credit, she's cheering. She's focused on what she's got to get done. And
well, speaking of that, this is the great thing about the King 5 Big Game of the Week. We bring you the halftime show. Not only will you not find this anywhere else, you just won't find it anywhere else, but we're bringing you the halftime show, and tonight we have the cheerleaders, we have the dance team, we have the band, and ladies and gentlemen, we have a fireworks show tonight. The Sumner Spartans say, Chris, this is for homecoming, but also to celebrate that Mariners Game 5 victory.
Oh, what a game. What a game. I'm sorry I was a little late tonight to the venue because I could not leave that game. A Eugenio Suarez grand slam. Big night. If you get a chance to zoom in on offensive coordinator Alex Simmons, you'll see right on the right-hand side there those gold pants. Beautiful. Vanilla ice gold pants, sharp pants tonight.
We will next time out.
Just really, really proud of Alec for bringing out the vanilla ice pants and showcasing the gold tonight.
A lot of pride.
A lot of pride.
Sumner Spartans coaching staff. All right, 14-0, 2:47 to play here in the first quarter. It looks like Curtis may be taking a timeout to talk things over. To kind of set the scene for you, Chris Egan, Brett McDaniel coming to you from Sunset Chev Stadium, and there they are, one of the top bands in the country. 14-0 Sumner. It began with a fake punt on their opening drive, and then Lance McGee, running back for the Spartans, knocked it in. And then it was Wyatt Plyler, 65 yards, maybe 80 with the amount of times he was running around the field with a punt return, and that makes it 14-0 Sumner.
14-0 Sumner, but you got a championship pedagogy, with the Curtis Vikings over there. I would expect them to get together and rally a little bit here and make this a game.
No question. 5-1 for a reason. They're good. They're coached by one of the best, Darren McKay. And speaking of coaches, Brett, you had the pleasure to kind of watch Keith Ross up close. I've seen him on these Friday nights. I love his energy. I love how much he loves his boys. I love how much he fights for his team. What has been what have you seen that makes him, in your minds, a great coach and people want to play for him and come to Sumner?
Well, Keith, to his credit, he started this from scratch. When he got here, it was my first year, too, alongside him, and there wasn't a lot going on at the time, and he really started with culture and climate and built everything from the start from the weight room. It's not about the facilities. We don't have the greatest facilities here. If you came in our weight room, it's okay. But what Keith does is he committed himself to the cause at the line of scrimmage and knew that he was going to start with an identity, which was the Valley, which was a tough-minded kind of concept. And they were going to do the little things really well. And it wasn't about fancy things. It was about, we're going to be the best tacklers. We're going to be the strongest kids. We're going to be the toughest kids. And then he instills that every day and how he approaches his work at school, how he approaches the kids every day. He's there for them, and he's going to be there, throughout their entire life. That's his whole thing and his mantra, and the kids rally to that, and they believe in it.
I love it. All right, 3rd down and 6, ball on the 34. Curtis Vikings trying to pick up some, and that's a nice pass right there from Sam Patterson. And that should be a first down for the Vikings. Nice pass, nice catch there. Charlie Tyrone with the catch. And great little throw from Sam Patterson. That was a rocket right there. So we're seeing what Sam can do with the throw right there. First down for the Curtis Vikings.
I would like to mention Tracy Ross's wife really is the MVP of Sumner football. She's like every great football coach. You've heard the story over and over again. It's about the ones that support them at home to give them the opportunities. Yeah. So kudos to you, Tracy. We know the sacrifice that you've been or given for Keith, and it's paid off.
Not easy to be a coach's significant other.
It's not.
A lot of late hours, a lot of stressful moments trying to figure out which kids to play, which kids aren't going to play, what parents you got to deal with. And it looks like Curtis is starting to use they started as Tice Kinley was kind of one of their lead backs, Brett, but getting the ball a little bit tonight is the senior Ryland Gelderman. So nice carry there. 3 yards on the pickup for Gelderman, and he's staying in the game. Ryland Gelderman, 5'7", 190 pounds, also plays linebacker on defense. He's a senior. He's lined up behind Sam Patterson. 2nd down and 7, 40 seconds to click here in the first quarter of play. Coming from Sunset Chev Stadium. Handoff. Nope, fakes the handoff. Rolling to the right side. Patterson throwing deep and looking. And nice defensive play right there from the Sumner Spartans. That's Aaron Black making the great defensive play, knocking that ball free. He was looking for Taylor Smith, but Aaron Black was right there.
Man coverage across the board. Great play designed by Curtis. Unfortunately for them, there was just no separation by the wide receivers. Not a lot for the quarterback to do there, Patterson, and still gave his guy a chance there to make a play, but credit Sumner's defense there.
Yeah, Sumner, we mentioned Curtis with some big boys. Sumner's got some big boys up front, too. Will Maxwell, Elijah Thomas, Sean Griffith, Gray Longoria. Those are your big four. Austin Gleaver, part of that defense as well.
Timeout.
And this is going to 27 seconds timeout. I'm going to have Big Game Mike Perry pan a little bit to the left because I want to show the VIP boxes. Sumner does everything right. And how about this, Brad?
Yeah.
Have you seen another place where you can buy VIP end zone seats? Leather recliners down there. I don't know if that's the old cannery. My good friends at the old cannery that sponsor that. I know the Gordon family is a big sponsor of that as well. But VIP leather seats. Looks like you get a bag of popcorn. Looks like there's a few seats for Mike, you, myself, and Ryan and Milt to sit on down there.
Yeah, it might be that they overpriced them just a little bit, and not everyone's down there yet. But
well, sometimes the VIP people are in the back getting some food and beverages.
Absolutely. They're over at Dairy Freeze right now getting a strawberry rhubarb shake. They'll be back soon, but if you pan to the right side, you're going to see Bainesland in just a moment after we get an opportunity to watch the play.
This is what we love about live TV is and another night. Oh, interception.
Micah
Bataya,
there you go. Micah Bataya, senior.
And Sam threw a laser. Just the ball got tipped, and that's an interception by the Sumner Spartans. And big old 42 having himself quite a season, and nice little play right there for him.
A lot of pressure up front, Chris. I got to mention Sean Griffith. Just a great story. He's got involved in student leadership, does a lot around the community, put a lot of pressure on that play to force that interception. Big number, what is Sean at the line? Number 90, defensive tackle. Just a great story. He's worked really hard to put himself in position. It was a nice play by him.
And Brett, Micah Patea is the one that had the interception, so way to go. And look at this. Is Keith Ross pulling every bag out of his trick?
He's got a shot.
How about this? In and out of Braylon Pope's hands. That's what you do with the old Nerf football in the backyard when you're taking on your brothers and you're facing off against the neighbors. We're going to do the flea flicker, toss back, throw it back, and give Keith Ross and his coaching staff credit. The play actually worked. Braylon Pope, I think he just didn't realize how wide open he was.
Those are hard. When you're wide open like that. He wouldn't want me to make an excuse for him, but I will. Those are hard. It's a little underthrown, not bunch, wide open, and unfortunately didn't make the play, but I love the play design, play call.
All right. Sumner with the ball. 11 seconds to play here in the first quarter. They're going to hand it off. And that is going to be just a few yards there for Israel Neighbors, and that should wind down the clock. So that will be the end of the first quarter. 14-0 is your score. The Sumner Spartans on top of the Curtis Vikings. We'll be back for the second quarter.
The Big Game is sponsored by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you.
Welcome back to Sunset Chevrolet Stadium, and that is Lance McGee with his second touchdown of the night, coming right out of the first of the second quarter. First play, a run play to the right side, and Lance McGee showing us his abilities tonight, but also give a lot of credit to that offensive line for the Sumner Spartans, Brett, that's just paving away. Just like that, it is 20-0 pending the extra point.
I was just going to mention Edgar Shank and Xander Pearson, Cameron Robitou, Micah Keene, and Elijah Thomas just up front doing the job. We all know that running backs need their line. It all starts and ends at the line of scrimmage. Great job up front by the Sumner Spartans.
The extra point is up. It is good, and just like that, the Sumner Spartans lead the Curtis Vikings 21-0. Lance McGee, 2 touchdown runs tonight. Wyatt Plyler with a punt return for a touchdown, and that's where we're at, Brett. This Sumner Spartans team, we mentioned Keith Ross and his conversations with us. 3 losses to 3 very good teams. The team was down. The team was feeling a little dejected. But sometimes you need those losses to fire you up, and that's exactly what that has done, because last week they took care of business against the Rogers Rams, and tonight they are taking care of business against the Curtis Vikings team that has looked very good this season, but tonight Sumner's having their way against them.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. I did talk to Brent Graham's assistant coach, been here forever, and former quarterback of the 1993 Spartans. And he mentioned that they just got back to having fun. They got back to just kind of getting back to where their roots are, back to coming to practice loose and engaging and really getting back, because there's a lot of pressure coming off a state championship, playing those teams, and then starting to have that doubt creep in. And I'm glad to hear that they had a great week of practice. It's showing off tonight.
Yeah, up 21-0 now. And I do want to say a special thanks Chris Paulson and his crew for getting the big game crew set up here at Sunset Chev Stadium. But, Brett, I also need to thank my main man, James.
Yep.
James has been down here at Sumner for a long time, and he's always there for us, and just a great person, number one, and great employee of the Sumner School District. So big shout out to Mr. James.
James is taking care of you. Yeah, I think you're mainly saying that because he has a parking spot for you every time you arrive at Sumner.
I do like that. I do like to have a parking spot. All right, and here comes Ryland Gelderman with another carry. And a little shake and bake by the defense there for the old Sumner Spartans. They are fired up tonight. It's homecoming. They're up to a 21, but that was Sean Griffin doing a little dancing down there.
Yeah, they're excited. It's a big, and for those of you who don't know, Sumner does homecoming probably better than anyone, and I'm being a little biased there, but I've seen a lot, and the community, the entire community is here tonight. The entire community shows up to every game, and that's not by accident. They really, really, truly bleed the purple and gold here, and have for 100 years.
All right, 2nd down and 10. Let's see if Curtis can get something going here. Patterson looking, throwing deep, and just overthrowing his man just a little bit there. He was looking for Burke Shepard. Burke Shepard, Jr., good wide receiver. 180-pounder, 6'2", so he's got some size on him. You mentioned those good Curtis football teams back in the years. They've had some pretty good basketball teams as well. Back-to-back state titles. The Paulson boys through the year. And then they've had Coach Kelly and the job he did at Curtis High School through the years. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, when you think of Curtis High School, you think of excellence across the board, academically, athletically, personnel. They're just one of the standards that everyone in the state shoots for. They're just accomplished across the board. Men's and women's sports, just a credit to Curtis. They've always been, when you think of Curtis High School, I don't think you think of many other schools better than Curtis and what they've done in that community. And they'll respond here. They're a good program, good kids. That last fade route, he'll watch on film. He just, he did a nice job of keeping distance between him and the sidelines on that fade route, and I think you'll see on film just a couple of extra steps, and he would have had that ball on the left side. It was a great throw by Patterson. Yeah,
Patterson throwing some dimes right now. Got unlucky on one tonight on a tip. Handoff. And it's going to be just a couple yards on the play.
I know a lot of people are probably wondering what Elias Isaacs is going to do with his hair for homecoming. I don't know if you can see and get a nice shot of that free safety, but it's some of the best hair. I don't think I've seen better hair in the SBSL ever.
There he is right there.
I mean, look at that. That's just amazing.
And on
head
cue,
and shoulders, head and shoulders.
It's almost like he's listening to you, Brett.
He does not do 2-in-1 shampoo like I do, Chris, because it's a little cheaper.
Nice little throw right there, Patterson. And he hooks up there with Charles Tyrone.
Nice play, first down, move the chains, get a little confidence for Curtis. See if they can get something going here before the half and get a little confidence going in the halftime.
Yeah, Charles, just a sophomore, great little ground right there. Sam Patterson throws a great ball. Trying to move the chains a little bit here. Time ticking, 10 minutes to play, second quarter. Sumner leads it 21-0. Sumner Spartans with a win would take over second place in the SPSL, which is big when it gets to seeding time. All right, handoff there to Taylor Smith, and Smith with a nice pickup of about 8 yards. I like the play call there, Brett.
Nice play call. A little sweep action to the right. Got somebody new involved. I'm not seeing him carry the ball. Looks a lot like a 1993 grad of Curtis, Matt Nickel. For those of you who don't know, Matt Nickel, look that name up. Tremendous athlete. Went on to play football at Utah.
Brett McDaniel, former coach, educator, educating us all on this night. King 5 big game of the week from Sunset Chev Stadium. Patterson throwing another nice throw, yeah. Nice little catch there, and that's Burke Shepard with the catch for the Vikings. Sunset Chev Stadium, when did that come about? Was that a couple decade ago?
Yeah, it would have been, I want to say around 2009, 2008, somewhere in that range. Jerry Yoder down at Sunset still there. Jerry, if you hear this, I'd really like a deal on the next car. I need a car. But Jerry's been a big influence in the Sumner community and was willing to support the high school through Sunset.
Smart move.
Very smart.
Move.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, that's going to bring up first down and 10. Ball on the 34. Curtis moving, looking good right here. Patterson finding some room, throws it up. Wanted to get that out of bounds. Was under a lot of pressure right there. Sean Griffin, Elijah Thomas, Will Maxwell bringing the heat.
Homecoming, Chris. Go back to your sophomore year. You remember your homecoming date sophomore year?
Homecoming date sophomore year.
Would have been a sock hop, probably at Puyallup.
Tuxedo time. You go to the tuck shop, get the matching Cumberland.
Remember the 15% off people? They'd come around school with their tux.
Yeah.
At lunches.
It wasn't worth it for me. It wasn't worth it to get the. I only remember one dance day. That was Melanie Fair, who's now my wife, Brett.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah.
Second and 10. Handoff. Not much happening there. The big boys from Sumner are all over that one. Austin Gleaver. Gleaver? I think it's Austin Gleaver. Number 5. There he is, right? Yeah, he just raised his hand. Are they listening to our broadcast? I feel like they are. Every time we mention their name, they raise their hand to us up in the booth.
All right, well, we got 3rd and 13. We got the wide side of the field open to the left. I would expect some sort of play action boot to the left here. You got a combo route. See if you can move the chains.
All right, 3rd down and 13. You heard it. Brett McDaniel making his call. Sam Patterson, he has time. He throws. And interesting there, Burke Shepard thought he was being held a little bit by Israel Neighbors. No flag on the field.
Yeah, not a bad idea. You get everyone spread out to the left. You do an ISO one-on-one on the right side. Try to put that jump ball up in play, see if something good happens. But didn't get quite enough loft on that ball to give the receiver an opportunity.
4th and 13, 7:48. I believe we're in 4th down territory for the Vikings right here. And Patterson is staying on the field. And lining up next to him, still Ryland Gelderman. So we'll have to get a little update on the sophomore Tice Kinley, who's played a lot as running back for the Vikings, but went out early in this game. 4th and 13. Patterson under pressure, scrambling, throwing. Was looking and just missed his man right there.
Flag did come in late here, Chris. It might be pass interference. Late flag.
Burke Shepard, the intended receiver. Crew's doing a pretty good job tonight.
Letting the kids play. It's been nice.
There's our head official. Let's listen in. And sure enough, it's going to be a first down for Curtis right there. So tough break for the Sumner Spartans on 4th and 13.
Officials are doing a nice job tonight. There was a little bit of contact there. I can see why the flag went down, and credit to Curtis for keeping the chains moving, see if they can do something with it.
Long drive here after Sumner opened the second quarter with a touchdown run. Took off about 10 seconds on the clock. It's been Curtis ball the rest of the way. Handoff is made, and that is Langston Egan with the carry. Junior, 196-pounder. Only picks up a couple yards on the play, maybe just one on that one.
Not sure what the yardage is on the game, but Sumner's done a really nice job of stopping the run on 1st and 2nd down and forcing Curtis into passing situations. So the credit to the Sumner defensive line for really stepping up here.
Coming up at halftime, we got the Sumner dance team, cheerleading team, the band. Going to be fun to watch this homecoming halftime show. We'll bring it to you live on the King 5 Big Game, coming to you on King 5 Plus. Sam Patterson, plenty of time here. Breaks one tackle. He's going to keep it, get down. Safe move. Picks up about 3 to 4 yards on the play. Patterson's got some quick legs. He's a scrambler. He can move.
He's a good-looking athlete overall, and we've seen a lot of good-looking athletes in the SBSL at the quarterback position. This kid's got a lot of, he's got a lot of unique talents. He can run. He can move. He's got a nice arm. It's fun to watch him play. I'd like to see them get him outside the pocket a little bit more and let him see if he can do some run-pass options here.
All right, let's see if Darren McKay is listening in to Brent McDaniel. 3rd down and 7. Vikings need something here, down 21-0, second quarter of play. Patterson looking, throwing. Nice little play right there. Hooking up with Taylor Smith. Love the route on that one right there. Looks like they were going to be going to Cole Young, and Taylor Smith comes out of nowhere, makes the grab, and that's another first down for the Curtis Vikings.
Taylor Smith's a nice-looking athlete. He's got great hands, runs some good routes. He was on the fly sweep earlier, a versatile kid.
Big crowd here tonight, Sunset Chev Stadium. They always pack the place when the Spartans are playing. Might as well shut down the town, shut down the Dairy Freeze, shut down the Gas House Bakery, whatever is downtown, just shut it down for the big game. First down and goal, handoff, nice carry. That's Gelderman again with the carry for the Vikings, and Gelderman picks up about 3 yards on that one.
A little trivia for you, Chris. I don't know if you know this. Who's the most famous alumni from Curtis High School, if you had to quantify the most famous?
Well, you got...
I'm not talking athletes. It's going to go outside the athletic realm.
Is it Gary Larson?
It is Gary Larson. And what did he write? What was his famous...
He had the cartoons.
Yeah. The Far Side. I remember the Far Side. Famous line from there. Bummer of a birthday, Hal. It was a famous 2 deer hanging out with the bullseye. I don't know if you remember that, Far Side, but Gary Larson.
And also talking to Suzanne Vick, another one of their famous alumni after the play right here to Gelderman, pitch out, a couple yards. Chuck Arnold, president of the Seattle Seahawks.
Jeez.
Curtis Viking. Okay. He was actually down at Curtis earlier this week presenting the students with some Seahawks swag. Marcus Trufant from Silas Wilson was also there with Chuck Arnold along with Blitz. So Chuck Arnold, another one.
You got Mike Levenseller, Bo Baldwin, like we mentioned, Brian Jensen, Buddy Buck. There's been some guys come through, Curtis. A lot of history there.
You got the basketball player now at the University of Washington. All right, 3rd down and 6. Let's see if Curtis can get something in there. Patterson scrambling. He's going to just throw that one away.
Really nice catch by the person on the sidelines there.
You know what? Hands were in his pocket and just pulled him out and make the grab. I mean, that's – and look, he's getting – even his buddies are saying, great catch.
It was effortless, too. It looked like he didn't take any effort out. Probably an all-state, ex-all-state guy there.
Probably played for Sumner back in
maybe
56.
Speaking of Sumner, 3 state titles over the years, the 75-77 team, coached by Coach Anderson, legend. And then obviously last year, 2024, 3 state titles, 4 by Curtis, 7 state titles combined here in the field tonight.
Curtis wants to put some points on the board, and they will do that. The field goal is up, and the field goal is good. So Luca Nybergal with the field goal. The sophomore gets Curtis on the board. So with 4:28 to go in the second quarter, Sumner leads it 21-3. Darren McKay's going to be happy with the points, but Brent, I think they would have loved to get a touchdown in there right now because there's no sign of slowing down this Sumner offense right now.
No, but I do understand getting the points, getting some confidence with his kids. Nice drive down the field. They made some plays. Unfortunately, weren't able to get the 7 points, but again, take the 3, try to build on that. Maybe something good happens here in the last 4.5 minutes for them, and they can capitalize and maybe get another score in before the halftime.
Yeah, get a stop here, get another 7, 3 points on the board, get some momentum going your way. A lot of football will be played. King 5 big game of the week coming to you live on King 5 Plus. Stream big? Well, turn on King 5 Plus. Mariner post-game shows, Mariner pregame shows, newscasts, whatever you need to watch, it's on King 5 Plus, including the King 5 big game of the week. King 5 TV's first broadcast 75 years ago, a high school football game, and here we are 75 years later, still bringing you high school football. And Brett, I tell this to everybody. People say, "Oh, I miss the glory days." The glory days are right now. I'm sorry. You can go back to the 70s and 80s, and I don't remember crowds like this back. Maybe they did, but this is pretty good what's happening right now.
No, and it all starts and ends. I got to give him credit. Jeff Baines, principal here, the guy has a tattoo with a Spartan on it. He got the tattoo back when he was an assistant principal. Came here years ago. Bleeds purple and gold, built Baines Land in the end zone, built a family community, camaraderie, coupled with some amazing leadership teachers, some additional teachers, Robbie Turley, the soccer coach. It's just a perfect storm of human beings that came together at one time to create something really special. And here it is, years later. This does not happen overnight. So for those of you out there trying to build culture and climate in schools, it starts with character on and off the field, and bringing the right people around, doing the right things, and actually doing things together. Not doing things in silos.
I love it. Good advice for everybody. Lance McGee just continues to put on his show.
Nice
Lance
guy.
McGee puts on the spin cycle and picks up the first down and some change. This young man is having a night tonight for the Sumner Spartans. And you mentioned that leadership group, and I go back to yourself, Brandon Bonke,
Brian Slater, Jeff Norland.
Yeah,
yep.
Coach Adcox. Just has been a great group here that has helped build this up. Ashton Pollard with the catch right there, and he picks up about 7 yards. And here comes Sumner again.
And this is recognition of partnership. The partnership is the community. You got to involve your community. You got to make them believe they're part of everything which they are, and embrace that, not shy away from that. And Sumner, this community is the community, right? It's everyone. It's no one's more important than the other. Our custodians no more important than our principals, and that's how we treat people, and it pays off. And I think our kids really feed off of that.
I love it. Nate Donovan hands it off to Lance McGee. And that's another first down for the Sumner Spartans.
Curtis needs a stop, Chris. They need to stop desperately before the halftime. You don't want to go down 28-3.
No. Not only a stop, a turnover would be a good time to get a turnover right here. To see Cole Llanos, Tice Kinley. Somebody's got to come up with a big play on that Viking defense. Another short pass, another completion, another pickup of about 6 to 7 yards. And Braylon Pope, big old target over there. Good hands, too. He's not dropping much.
D1 prospect, D1 athlete, is going to land somewhere big, and we'll be hearing about him for years to come. I love the hitch route. That's the one route I like to do. Get the ball, get out of bounds, don't get hit.
That's what he did right there. Another second down and 4. Ball in the 23. Another quick throw, another quick catch, another first down, and Ashton Kutcher with another.
Pollard, Ashton Pollard.
Did I say Kutcher?
Hey, that's a cool name too, but Ashton's a good kid. He's working really hard. His dad was a really accomplished football player himself, and Ashton's putting in a lot of work. It's good to see all the fruits of his labor coming to fruition right now.
Yeah, he's having a great game, and there he is right there. Ashton, congratulations on working hard and doing it on a Friday night. So far, so good for the Spartans. Handoff is made, And there he goes again. Lance McGee. Go ahead and throw your hats on the football field. That's a hat trick for that young man. 3 touchdowns already, and we're not even to the first half.
Nice play up front once again, and I'm interested to see if they ring the bell 28 times. We'll have to take note of that and watch the purple bell here in just a moment.
And Lance McGee tonight on King 5 Sports will get a lot of attention. We'll say his name, but Brett, once again, Edgar Schenk, Xander Pearson, Micaiah Keene, Gray Longoria, Cameron Rabateau, Elijah Thomas, the big boys up front are just opening up some big holes right now for Sumner.
Well, I'm going to give you another name, Chris, because you're a youth coach. You understand the power of youth. Kelly Matsukawa was the youth football coach for 8 Sumner Spartans that are currently playing right now since 4th grade. All the way through 8th grade, they won the championship in 8th grade, and those 8 players were on the state championship team and are now on this team. That's a youth football coach, Kelly Matsukawa. I think sometimes we lose credit, but you got to give the credit to those youth coaches. They wouldn't be here without guys like Kelly, so congrats, Coach.
Brett, I don't want to, I feel like the cheerleaders aren't giving the full bell ring. Do I need to go down there and do 28 bell rings?
Well, we're working in powers now, mathematical powers.
Okay.
So
4 times 7?
4 times 7, something like that.
Okay. And they also have to put on a halftime show here, so they don't want to be tired out.
Absolutely.
All right, 28-3, and so far this has been the Spartan show. The offensive line providing some big holes. Lance McGee, 3 touchdowns. They've had a punt return for a touchdown. They've had an interception. They picked up a first down on a fake punt. It's just some nights when you're coaching, everything you dial up works, and right now that seems to be the way it's going for Keith Ross. I mean, he has not made a bad call yet in this game.
No, I think Curtis hit Sumner at just the wrong time. Sumner's coming off some tough losses, and now they're finding their mojo. They probably had a really, really intense week of practice, and sometimes that happens. You're playing really well, but you run into a team that is responding to some adversity, and they're hitting Sumner at the exact worst time where they're fired up, ready to go, and they want to show that they're still a state championship contender.
All right. Let's see what Coach McKay and the Vikings can do here. Down 28-3. They'd love to get something on the board before halftime. Sam Patterson. He's got time to throw. He's going to scramble. He's going to keep this one. He's going to take himself down. Picks up about 5 yards on the play. Continues to show poise in the pocket. He got those quick feet with his chartreuse yellow shoes. Curtis Vikings, white tops, white bottoms with the blue helmets. Spartans wearing their gold tops, gold bottoms, white helmets. Curtis Vikings moving from right to left. Ball on the 40, 2:23 to go here. Second half, 2nd down and 7. Patterson, quick throw. Trying a little screen play. Sumner Spartans, Brett, we're all over that one.
All over that. We've got a timeout. Looks like Sumner's going to actually try to get the ball back one more time.
Wow. And this may give us time for big game Mike Perry to take a pan to the right side to show us Bainesland.
Yeah, Bainesland.
This is so everybody just fill us in. This is the principal here at Sumner High.
Yeah, it's a really cool story because it was intended for the kids, and you might see some of the youth things down there on the television screen. You'll see some fun toys and different things. My kids grew up in Bainesland, got in a lot of trouble actually in Bainesland, but this is an opportunity for kids and families, teachers specifically, to come with their families and kids, let them play, have a good time, but connect the staff to the game as well. So most of those people down there are going to be teachers, paraeducators, custodians. Anyone that works within the school is going to come down there, and it's just been passed down from year to year, and it's grown. And the whole idea is just to bring community together, so they don't have to leave with a babysitter.
Yeah.
You can bring your kids to the game. Let's have a good time, and there's usually food and snacks. So, and Marguerite Baines is the key to the whole thing. Marguerite, Jeff Baines' wife.
I love it. Brett McDaniel. Incredible stuff having you in here tonight, buddy. I know you're in a good mood, too, because the Seattle Mariners won.
It's just unbelievable,
You
Chris.
were nervous. You were a nervous wreck.
I got kicked out of the living room yesterday because I was too negative. I watched the game differently tonight with a friend of mine, and wow, what a night for the Mariners.
So I was at the last 2 games, and we're committed to high school football. And somebody said, Egan, are you okay that you're not going to be there tonight? And I actually was, because I have been it seems like it's a Friday night thing that if I'm at a high school football game, the Mariners win. So coming to Sumner made me feel better about the game. And sure enough, I don't want to sit there and tell everybody that I can't go to any games because they've won when I've been there, but it's just Friday nights, Brett, when I'm away.
Well, and for those of you who are younger at home sitting around, you wouldn't understand the pain and suffering that we've gone through as 50-year-olds. And so recently I got to celebrate with some 20-something-year-olds together with 50-year-olds, and we got to experience it for the first time and then the second time for us since 95. And I'm just glad everyone's finally got a chance to feel what we've been wanting to feel, and I hope we get a little bit more of that. Bring on the Dodgers. Let's go.
Well, they still got to get a win in Toronto, Brett. First things first.
That's true.
Mariners lead at 3-2. And here comes the Spartans looking for more. And that's
Ashton Pollard.
You've been talking about him all night long, Brett, and he just came through with a big catch right there.
Well, I'm going to tell you, he wasn't very good until he met his assistant principal at Sumner Middle School, which was me. And we had a little few yeah, I'm just kidding, Ashton. You know, you've been a great athlete all the long while, so it's good to see you having success out here.
So the timeout by Keith Ross, we mentioned everything he's touching tonight seems to be working, and here they come, trying to put more on the board. And that is Donovan with the throw. And that's Pollard again.
How about that throw by Donovan? That was just absolutely beautiful.
Looked like an NFL
just
throw.
Beautiful.
Just smooth.
Absolutely beautiful. He's got a great arm, great future in front of him.
1:27 to go, and we're not going anywhere when the half ends because we're going to keep it right here on King 5 Plus, the big game of the week, brought to you by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you. Handoff, hole. And are you kidding me? Yes, that is another touchdown. He's counting on his fingers. That is 4. And he's counting to Big Game Louie. No, that's not another TV station. That's King 5 with a camera down on the field as well. So don't change the channel thinking you'll find other highlights elsewhere. That's Big Game Louie on the field. And Lance McGee.
He's a big kid.
Put his fingers up to the camera. Says that 1, 2, 3, or it's 4 touchdowns now for Lance McGee.
It's 4 touchdowns, and what a night for him. Night he'll never forget. Homecoming, big crowd, showcasing all his talents in one night. Good for him.
So, big game Mike Perry. If we can go to the bench right behind the home bench there, we're going to get a shot of this coach with his gold pants right
Coach
in the middle of your screen.
There he is. There he is, Coach Simmons.
Give us the lowdown on this coach there.
So I coached Alex Simmons when he was a Lake Ridge Middle School quarterback, and this guy, he's been the rock. He's a counselor at the school. He's just got the good vibes only kind of attitude. You can see with the beard. I mean, look at this guy. He's got a tie.
He's got a tie on.
Pants. Yeah, he really is. He's got the fit, as the kids say. He is the guy of the moment, and happy for Alec. He's been around for a long time. He was a quarterback here, and then eventually came back on staff and worked for Keith, his former coach, and is now calling the plays for the Spartans.
Look at, you know what I love, number 87 right there. He knows that coach is on camera, so Juan Jacob Guzman just moves over next to coach. He wants to get some airtime tonight, so I love it. And look at this. Here comes Curtis.
There he is.
Here comes the Vikings with a nice little return right there. Trying to get something going. That was Taylor Smith. We've been talking about this young man for the Vikings.
Smith. I'm telling you, I like this kid.
Does not get much rest, Taylor Smith. We'll see him on offense, defense, and special teams. So 1:03 to play. Second quarter. So far, it's been all Sumner. Ever since that loss to the Puyallup Vikings, they have been playing with a little chip on their shoulder. And that's funny to say that, Brett, because last time I checked, the defending state champs are the Sumner Spartans. So
they are, and nobody expected that Puyallup score. I don't think anyone did. I know certainly the team didn't, and Coach Keith Ross didn't. I know they would like another opportunity maybe down the road to see them.
Well, you could see that possibly happen in a state semifinal, maybe a state finals. You never know. There's a lot of good teams out there. Teams. Here's a nice little throw from Sam Patterson, and nice little pickup right there.
Chris, I got to ask you.
Ryland Gelderman with the catch and the yards.
Sorry, Ryland. We didn't mean to cut you off there on more important things. Like, Chris, were you ever part of the homecoming royalty? I know we got the royalty coming out here in just a moment. Were you ever voted royalty? You know,
was royalty 3 years in a row, but was probably one of the darkest, well, not darkest moments of my life, but just a tough moment. I'll tell you here after Sam throws deep. Great throw.
Great throw.
So at Puyallup High School, they used to announce the winners during an assembly, and I was part of the homecoming court. So then the announcement was who was going to be the king. And it came down to myself and a young man by the name of Nathan Hedman. So you're sitting in front of the entire school, and I already knew I was part of the homecoming court, and they announced that Nathan Hedman is the king, and I have lost the king. And I still remember to this day, I had to sit there and look happy for Nathan while they played a Richard Marx song, Hold On to the Night. And
it's a good song.
No, I hate the song because I just think of that moment. And sure enough, fast forward, I'm maybe like 40. I'm at King 5, and we have a afternoon show, and I go into the sports locker room, and in there putting makeup on is Richard Marx.
I saw him at the Puyallup Fair.
Well, I got to stand right next to him, and I said, Richard, I love all your music except Hold On to the Night. And I explained the story to him, and he laughed.
Oh, Richard Marx. What a great concert at the Puyallup Fair. I think it was like 1990. Yeah, I think 1991 I was there. Well, Nathan Hedman, let's give him credit. He was a good guy, and he had just come out with Batman in front of the student body.
Yeah, tough loss, though.
It was a tough loss.
28 seconds to play, second quarter, coming in from Sunset Chevrolet Stadium. Curtis trying to move the ball, and I think right there, Ryland thought he sniffed some yellow coming his way.
Yeah, Ryland, you did exactly what I would do. It's a safe business move, but quarterback kind of led him in a situation where I don't know. Now you got to be really brave in that moment to take that pass on.
Well, it's Elias Isaacs was coming his way.
Yes.
And I probably would have done the same thing as well. Aaron Black is also back there. He's had some big plays so far for Sumner on the defensive side. 24 seconds to play here. 4th down and 10. Sumner's going to try to. They'll get the ball back. I wouldn't be surprised if Keith Ross tries to put more points on the board. All right, Sam Patterson, little screen play there to Taylor Smith. Nothing there, and that's going to leave Keith Ross with 19 seconds on the clock. Let's see what he does. Brett, I know he's talking about, hey, I got to fire these kids up again. He told me, he said, Egan, the state championship was nice, but it's taken me 3 losses to tell these guys that was last year. This is a new year.
Well, I know Keith well enough to know he's going to hand the ball off and take his team into the halftime with 19 seconds to go. Hey, and before I forget, there is only 19 seconds to go. All the secretaries out there that run homecoming, you know who you are. Jamie Voiles for Sumner High School, for example. Credit to you and all the things you do. You got to get everything organized for homecoming. It's a lot. So just a shout out to secretaries all across the state who run homecoming.
Secretaries all across the state.
Yep.
Brett McDaniel
I just wanted to get that out.
Thank you.
Yep.
Final play, maybe. No. Going to be 10 seconds. Nice little catch right there. That was A.J. Barnby.
Okay.
Sophomore. Just a sophomore.
AJ Barnby played for me 5 years, SBA basketball. One of my favorite players, a lefty. Tough kid. Good for AJ.
So the dance team coaches were saying that you were going to give them a shout out.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they're coming up here at halftime. We got a fireworks show. We've got a dance team, cheerleaders, and then the Sumner Spartan Band. So we will not take a commercial break here on the King 5 Big Game of the Week, brought to you by Phillips Law Firm. We will go right from the end of this to the halftime show. Brett McDaniel will be back for the 4th quarter. We're going to have a special Sumner student will join me in the 3rd quarter, Brett. She wants to be a sports journalist someday.
Good for her. Good for her.
So we thought she could come on up and just talk to us during the 3rd quarter. I want you back for the 4th quarter, though. I know you want to go down and say hi to some of your former.
Well, kudos. Hey, big shout out to King 5 for doing that for so many kids. It's a big deal for kids to have the opportunity to come up and see this and be a part of this. So super excited for her to get that opportunity and all the kids that have benefited from you doing that, Chris. And hey, quick shout out to Jenny Ford. She's the cheer coach. She's going to have her senior Sophia Moorberg out here and captains Ava Oglesby and Lascelle Litt. I like that last name, Lascelle Litt. Let's go. They're going to be out here dancing away halftime. All right.
10 seconds to play. Nate Donovan throwing.
Ashton.
Looking for Ashton. That's the first time he's dropped anything tonight, Brett.
He saw a lot of green in front of him, and we've all been there at some point or the other. I of course, never have, but I do empathize with those receivers who drop passes like that, and he'll bounce back.
Brett McDaniel, a little humble. He was part of 2 King Bowl teams with the Puyallup Vikings. Quarterback Darren Erath, part of those great Puyallup teams. He mentioned the great Curtis teams back in the years, but Brett McDaniel, incredible athlete. Got 3 amazing kids, an amazing wife as well, who was a world-class gymnast back in the day. And Sumner's going to take a knee, and they are going to head to the locker room with a 35-3 lead. Brett just got an interesting story. We'll talk about that in the fourth quarter. Because I don't know if I can deny what I just read. That's what's called a tease right there, Brett. But at the end of 2 quarters, the Sumner Spartans, Lance McGee, 4 touchdowns in the first half. The Curtis Vikings huddled around Coach McKay, down but not out. A lot of time on the clock. This is a Curtis team, 5-1 so far on the season. They're going to be fired up. They're going to be ready to roll. And now it's time to get ready to roll, Brett, for what is just a great halftime show. It's homecoming here at Sunset Chev Stadium. Chris Egan, Brett McDaniel, and the Big Game crew. And we have brought you some halftimes, but I'm telling you what, this is probably going to be the best halftime show that we've seen all season.
Joe Carl, the dance team, the band, the whole thing, it is absolutely amazing to watch, and always a treat. In fact, I'd like to have a vote between Coach Ross and Joe Carl. You can only have one. It'd be tough.
I'm not going to make that vote right now.
I can't either, but
it's like voting on your kids. Let's be honest with you. I mean, I hate when people say, "Which one is your favorite kid?" You're not going to say that.
Both institutional figures here in the Sumner community.
All right, we're going to be right back, but we want to give time to thank our sponsors of the King 5 Big Game of the Week.
The Big Game is sponsored by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you.
All right, welcome back to Sunset Chev Stadium. This will be interesting now, Brett. We have yet to do a fireworks show live, and I'm just not quite sure if we're going to have a view of the fireworks when they blow. Well, here they go. Here they go. And yes, we do have a view because that's what happens in Sumner. They set us up for success, Brett. And here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and enjoy homecoming at Sumner High School at Sunset Chev Stadium. It's the homecoming halftime show.
Another great halftime fireworks show. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Sumner High School dance team, Sumner, your music is on. That's your Sumner High dance team, and now, here comes the Sumner High School cheerleaders. Those are the Sumner High School cheerleaders, and now I'll turn them up one over to Dan and out for Tommy Cruz. So we're listening to pleasure with all the the Sumner High School Sport and Marching Band and part 2 of the Fall Theater record. The Sumner High School Sport and Marching Band.
Welcome back, everybody, to Sunset Chef Stadium in beautiful Sumner, Washington. Chris Egan bringing you the King 5 Big Game of the Week, brought to you by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you. A big shout-out to Phillips Law Firm and everybody at King 5 TV for their commitment into high school sports. At the half, Sumner Spartans, they lead it 35-3, your score. The Sumner Spartans, the defending 4A state champs, they open up the season up north, taking on Lake Stevens. Lost on the final seconds of that game. Have some decent wins over Kennedy Catholic, took out the Rogers Rams last week. But then they ran into a very good team from West Linn, the Oregon State champs. Lost to them, but it was a back-and-forth game. That was down here at Sunset Chef Stadium. And the Spartans also lost to the Puyallup Vikings in an SPSL showdown. So 3 losses, but as I mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast, this is more than likely the best 3-3 team in the state of Washington, and they're showing why tonight. They have come out, and they have just had a great first half against a very good Curtis Vikings team. This is a Curtis team, came into the night 3-0 in SPSL play. They opened up the season, Curtis, with a 30-13 win over Mount Si. They knocked out Peninsula 23-0. They lost a heartbreaker to Lakes 21-17. They beat They beat Rogers 56-14. They beat South Kitsap 41-15. And last week they took out Emerald Ridge 46-13. So this is a Curtis team undefeated in SPSL play. A win tonight would set up a SPSL North Division showdown against Puyallup next week. But so far, it has been all Sumner Spartans. And talk about the SPSL North, a win for Sumner tonight would move them into second place in the SPSL North because they would have the tiebreaker over the Curtis Vikings. Homecoming night tonight. You're looking at all the royalties, so congratulations to all these young kids out there being selected as part of the homecoming court. Many of them out there with their family, their friends, their sisters, brothers, grandparents, mom and dads. Pretty cool stuff, cool moments, cool memories for all these young kids. Sumner band surrounding them there. So we've got another half to play, but right now it has been all Sumner, and I mentioned 35 points on the board. Lance McGee, running back for the Spartans, with 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns in the first half alone. And then maybe the big play of the night goes to Sumner Special Teams, and the junior, his name is Wyatt Plyler. Wyatt Plyler, 65-yard punt return for a touchdown. That made it 14-0. And ever since then, it has been all Spartans. So we'll see. Coach McKay, one of the best in the business, is halftime. He's going to regroup a little bit and see if he can get his team ready to go. We'll be ready to go for the second half coming up here from Sunset Chevrolet Stadium. Homecoming night tonight. So once again, congrats to the kids. We'll be right back with the second half.
The Big Game is sponsored by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sumner, Washington, the King 5 big game of the week. Sumner Spartans at the half lead the Curtis Vikings 35-3. Wrapping up homecoming festivities here. They call them homecoming heroes here at Sunset Chev Stadium. Sumner High School just does a great job honoring their kids, celebrating their successes, and there's a lot of great success stories here. Football team coming back on the field, getting ready for the second half of play. They are fired up. This is a Sumner team last year went into Husky Stadium, knocked off the Papermakers from Camas for the state championship, their first state title since 1977. Keith Ross put so much time and effort into this program. Curtis Vikings, meanwhile, they're doing great things again. Coach McKay, ever since he took over, his 6th year now at Curtis, they've just been on the rise. 5-1 this season. So far, it's been tough sailing. They've had trouble stopping the run game. Lance McGee with 4 rushing touchdowns. The Spartans also with a punt return for a touchdown. That's 5 touchdowns, 35 points, and at the half it's 35-3. We get set for the second half. Brett McDaniel joining us for quarters 1 and 2. He'll rejoin us for quarter 4. Zaya, who's a student here at Sumner, part of the homecoming heroes, will join us in the booth as well. And the clock is set for 3 minutes till the start of the second half, so we'll grab one more commercial break here from Sunset Chevrolet Stadium, and we'll be back with the second half of the King 5 big game of the week.
The big game is sponsored by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to Sunset Chevrolet Stadium. Chris Egan bringing you the King 5 big game of the week, brought to you by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you. At the half, Sumner leads at 35-3. They just had a great halftime show with the homecoming heroes. They had a fireworks show. The band performed. Joe Carl and the Sumner band, one of the best in the business. The dance team, the cheerleaders, all putting on a great show. And my pleasure now to welcome into the booth. We had Brett McDaniels for quarter 1 and 2. We'll hear from him again in quarter 4. But Third quarter, we have a special guest. Zaya was part of the Homecoming Heroes group and joining us now in the booth. You are a student at Sumner High. You're an inspiring broadcast student. So first off, just give us your name and where you're at here at Sumner High.
Hi, I'm Zaya Botley, and I'm actually ASB president of Sumner High. So I get the honor to meet a lot of different people at the school and get involved in a lot of different activities.
Wow, so you're doing it all right now.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
So tell me, as ASB president, what is so special about Sumner High School? We've seen it. I've been down here for 2 decades, and it's just amazing what we see. Just the student sections are packed. Everybody's having such a good time. It's just a great high school environment. What do you think makes Sumner so special?
Oh, it's definitely just the community in general. Honestly, people just come together to support people of all different groups, all different sports teams. Like, everybody is at every sports team's games. It's just like overall amazing atmosphere.
Okay, you a senior now?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, it goes by quick, doesn't it?
It does. It goes by so fast.
Okay, getting ready for the second. So far, so good. Looking pretty good for your Sumner Spartans right now.
Yeah, they're playing great.
Okay, so you were one of the homecoming heroes as well tonight?
Yes.
Okay. Pretty special times down here, Sumner High. We're getting set for the second half. The Curtis Vikings down 35-3, trying to get something rolling. We got Zaya joining us in the booth. Not only ASB president, one of the homecoming heroes. She does it all at Sumner High, and there's the kickoff to start the second half. Sumner will have it, and here comes the Spartans trying to make something happen. Great little return right here. So flag down, but nice little pickup right there. Lance McGee, 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns.
Good athlete?
Amazing athlete. Just as nice, too. He's a great guy.
Okay. You mentioned everybody kind of comes together. Tell me about the football team here. Last year, tell me about the ride. They won the state championship. How much fun was that?
Oh, the experience was overall amazing. Just to see, like, the camaraderie of the team, carry into, like, such a big win that season, it was amazing. And it really carried out throughout the rest of the school year, too. They brought great energy, just not only, like, on the football field, but inside the school. They carried on that energy, and it was, like, amazing to have.
You're a pro already at this. Are you sure? Do you do this on the side, too? You got your own show at school here?
Yeah, I wish.
Well done. Now, do you want to? What are you looking at college, and where you want to go, and what do you want to do?
A dream would probably to go to UW, to be honest. Stay close to home with my family. But yeah, I really just want to go into sports journalism and broadcasting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that, and here he is one more time. Lance McGee just continuing to shake and bake and move in the chains, and that's another first down for the Sumner Spartans. What sport would be your favorite, Zaya?
To play, definitely tennis.
Okay.
Yeah.
You picked my favorite sport.
Really?
I was a college tennis player as well back in the day.
Oh, wow,
so
that's
yeah.
awesome.
So do you play for the Sumner team then?
I do, yes. This will be my 4th year playing.
Okay, so to give you a little Sumner Spartans tennis history, they had a young lady by the name of Jade Lancaster, won 2 state titles when she played for Sumner. I only know that because she faced off against my daughter a lot for these state championships
Really?
back in the day. So Sumner has a nice, rich history, great coaching staff.
Yes.
The Spartans put on a good show. And it's going to be Nate Donovan. He's got plenty of time. Rolls out. He throws to the air. Nobody in the vicinity there, but made the safe play right there. Your thoughts on what we're seeing tonight from the Sumner football team?
Honestly, it's good to see, like, the offense get going. They struggled in the past few weeks to get things going, but Nate seemed to have time in the pocket, which is really good. And honestly, they used the good diversity of having 2 solid running backs. Israel Neighbors is a great running back. He's fast, and Lance McGee is just very powerful. So it's good to use the wider variety of running backs.
I may not even have a job when this game is over. You may just take my job here. We see the student section getting fired up. Zaya is bringing it. I love that. You talk about this team, and quick little handoff there from Lance McGee. How much do you think this team has grown from the losses? I know losses are tough. The 3 losses are against very good teams, and sometimes it takes teams' losses to kind of like fire them up, and it seems to me that this Sumner team, ever since that loss to Puyallup, they have a big win over the Rogers Rams, and this is a good Curtis team, and they're looking awfully good tonight.
Yeah, I think that those losses, I think it hit them really hard, to be honest, but I think it also kind of helped show those leaders and who really wanted to step up and make a big difference on that team. And, Jamar, number 12 over there, Braylon Pope, number 0, and Nate Donnie, the quarterback, really stepped up and started hyping up their team and getting them going on the offensive end.
I'm loving this. You're giving me nicknames too. So I don't have to say Jaden's full name. I can just say Jamar.
Yeah, Jamar. Yeah.
Okay, good. And I can just say Nate Don.
Nate Donnie. Yeah.
Donnie?
I guess that's what
okay.
they call
Good.
him. Yeah.
I love it. That's why you're ASB president. You probably ran unopposed, right? Nobody even ran against you, probably, right?
No.
But tell me what's the big plans as the ASB president this year? What do you got? Anything special coming up for the school?
I really want to get our DLC involved with our student athletes at our school. I think it's really important for both those groups to come together, I guess, form more of a community.
Take me through, as a high school kid, when I was going to high school, we didn't have all the social media to worry about. How do you guys approach that? I mean, I think kids are on their phones all the time. How do you stay away from the bullying on social media and all that type of stuff? Because it just seems like you guys have it together here at Sumner High.
Yeah, I'd definitely say we use it more to our benefit, if anything, to promote like the positive aspects of our school, like our wins and stuff like that, our football team, our sports programs, all of our leadership things, our clubs. Like, we definitely use it to promote our student body more than anything, rather than like use it in a negative way.
Yeah, promote positivity. All right, you want to take the call on this one right here?
Yeah.
It's all you. Go ahead. You got it, Zaya.
All right. Thanks to Lance. Oh, up the middle to Braylon Pope.
There you go. Braylon Pope with the catch. Look at that. See? Very smooth.
Yeah.
First down and 10, 9:29 to go. Sumner Spartans in their yellow pants, yellow tops, white helmets, moving from our right to the left side. They lead it 35-3, 9:21 to play. Chris Egan alongside ASB president, tennis superstar, possible future Husky Zaya. And it's going to be Nate Don throwing. Ball is tipped by the Vikings. Big old Robbie Lavatai. Robbie and Rayshawn, brothers up there. A couple big. These high school kids are awfully big now. I don't remember them being this big when I was in high school.
It's pretty intimidating in the hallways sometimes.
Yeah, I would say. But how are they? Good kids? Good guys?
They're amazing. Our football team's very active just outside of football, too. They're very involved in everything.
Keith Ross. I love his energy. I love what. Do you feel that energy in the school as well?
Oh, 100%. He's in the hallways every morning giving everyone a fist bump. It's awesome.
Oh, look at this run right here. Another great run, and that is another first down for the Sumner Spartans. Lance McGee already has 4 touchdowns of the night. He's putting on a show, and the Sumner Spartans looking awfully good on this night. All right, first down and 10. You want to take this one again?
Oh, sure.
Okay, here she goes.
All right. Donnie hands it off to Lance McGee. Picks up about 3 yards.
3 yards on the play. You seem to get a little excited when Braylon Pope made the play.
Oh, boy.
Just throwing that out there. It just seemed like you got a little extra energy came out of you there on that one.
He's
a good guy?
Very good guy.
Okay.
Very kind.
Very kind. Good guy. And he's had a lot of big plays tonight. I think he's been a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
Number 0. Why 0 for Braylon? He could probably pick any number he wants.
I don't know. I guess he's always been 0 in high school,
okay.
But yeah.
All right. Handoff, McGee.
Yeah.
A couple guys going to bring him down, and there's Robbie with the tackle for the Curtis Vikings. Nice little tackle there. Cole Llanos in on the play as well. This Curtis Vikings team, they're 5-1 tonight, and Sumner showing them that they are. And these two teams have had some back and forth games the last 3 years, but tonight it is all Sumner Spartans.
Oh, for sure. And even their student section's kind of missing out there.
A long drive maybe from University Place.
Definitely. It was a long drive last year for us that way.
Tell me about that, because real quickly, Nate Don with a nice scramble, and he's going to be close to the first down. Okay, this place is packed tonight, the student section for Sumner. Is this just like it's Friday night, everybody's going to the game?
Yep, this is how it is every home game. It's actually usually more filled than this. It's usually all the way backed up to.
Wow.
Right.
So it's just the place to be.
Yep, pretty much.
Where's homecoming tomorrow?
Homecoming is at the school, actually.
Will they have the dance at the school?
Yes.
Okay. All right, 4th down and 1. The Spartans are going to go for it. Handoff is made to number 2. That's Dylan. And I think I got Dylan's pronunciation down here. There it is right there. It's Dylan Titi Ali E.
Yeah, Dylan Titi Ali. Yep.
Look at that. We nailed it.
Yes. Playing both sides of the ball tonight.
$35-3. Zaya now, so you want to get into broadcast. Why do you want to get into sports journalism?
I grew up watching football with my dad since I was really young. He had a liver transplant when I was younger, so it was our way of like bonding when he was like in the hospital. And so now I've like never looked back, and I've watched it every Sunday with him.
Wow.
NFL Red Zone.
Red Zone, huh?
Yes.
You do fantasy football as well?
I do, yes.
How's your team doing?
They're not so bad, actually.
Okay.
I'm doing pretty good right now. I have Josh Allen as my quarterback.
Well, that's
so.
always a good. That's smart.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's, he's instant points every weekend.
Yep.
I'm the defending champ at King 5, but my team right now is 1-5. I'm awful.
Really?
Yeah. Not good. All my guys are getting hurt.
Oh, no.
It happens, though.
Yeah.
All right, 2nd down. Curtis Vikings trying to get something going here. Only a field goal to show for so far in this game. Sam Patterson, the quarterback. He's got the chartreuse yellow shoes on. Throws a good football. He's going to go deep. He's looking. And that is a nice catch right there by the Vikings. Number 1 made the catch for Curtis. That's Elijah Johnson. Great little pickup right there for Curtis. Sam Patterson with a good throw. And they're 5-1 for a reason, Zaya. I mean, they're not a bad team, but Sumner's just been pretty good tonight.
For sure.
So who's your favorite NFL team then?
This is not
No,
probably
you
a
can-
fan favorite, but the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that your dad? Your dad likes the Cowboys?
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of Cowboys fans in the state of Washington.
Yes, for sure. Kind of everywhere.
I just feel bad for your dad and you. You just not a lot of playoff games to watch. With
No.
that.
Nope.
Hand off there to Ryland Gelderman. Go through the defense here of this Sumner team. Tell me about some of these guys. They've been doing great tonight.
Yeah, Sean Griff. Well, I guess Sean Griffith, but
I'm just going to call him Sean Griff. I'm going to go
Sean
with. I'm
Griff?
going to take whatever you tell me.
Yeah, Sean Griff. He's one of the most energetic guys I think I've ever met. He's great, and he's out there always hustling. I've never seen him give anything less than like 100%. Same thing with honestly this whole line right here: Gray Longoria, Elijah Thomas, Will Maxwell. Those are some really hardworking guys. They'll
Okay.
put in a lot of effort.
Nice throw. Just overthrows his man, Elijah Johnson. Again, Elijah Johnson, sophomore for Curtis. 5'10", 176 pounds. Made a nice catch earlier on this drive, but that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 for the Vikings. Okay, so we got to – I mean, this is good for your career. We're going to have you doing play-by-play. We'll put that on a tape for you. What other plans? Are you taking some writing or journalism classes at Sumner right now? Or
Yeah, most of my time goes into leadership, but
okay,
as of right now, I'm in IB English, which
okay,
is
good.
college level English.
We like good writers at King
Yes.
5, so that's good. Good.
Yes.
I say do it all. Learn how to write, be on camera, learn how to engineer.
Oh, 100%. Ooh.
And a lot of bodies are flying around right there. Sam Patterson moving. But we're also seeing now with technology, these phones, you can shoot vertical videos that are going crazy nowadays on TikTok and YouTube
Yes.
and all that stuff.
Especially the AI. It's very popular right about now.
For the high school kids, it is? The
AI is being used for everything. School and making videos of your friends.
Okay.
It's crazy.
See, we're learning. Sometimes us old folks can learn from you young kids as well, too. So, all right, 4th down. What do you think here? They going to go for it, Zaya?
I think you have to this late in the game.
Okay. Zaya says they need to go for it, and Coach Darren McKay says, all right, Zaya, we are going to go for it. 4th down and 10. They're down 35-3.
Deep shot.
I'm thinking deep shot here. Sam Patterson is thinking deep shot as well, and just a little high. Was looking for Taylor Smith. throw about 5 yards over his head. Taylor Smith's had a nice night, but no way he could make that grab right there. Just a little over the head. Okay, the Cowboys, how are they doing this year?
Not great. CeeDee Lamb's been hurt too, so that's been hard to watch. But George Pickens kind of stepped up, so he's been fun to watch this year.
Okay. Does your mom watch the little red zone too with you guys?
Oh, yeah, it's all of us. We're all that's our Sundays.
Sundays? Sitting back, enjoying life?
Yes.
So, Brett McDaniel, who we had in here earlier, was talking about leadership classes here. What is different about the leadership classes here? Because it seems like you guys just do a lot of great things.
I'd say the difference is a lot of kids will take leadership for the easy A, but with our class, like, it's honestly an honor to be in the class. So every kid in there is like driven and motivated to really just help out the school. And it's honestly like a beautiful thing because it's like one smaller community inside such a big one, and it's nice that we get to be involved in everything. That
is very cool. All right. Third quarter, 3:27 to go. Sumner leads at 35-3. Nate Donovan. I'm just going with Zaya's nicknames from here on out. Hands it off to Lance McGee. Do I got any nickname on Lance?
No, actually 5-star Lance.
5-star. I'm going to put that on my board here. 5-star Lance. Look at that. It's on my board for good. All right.
Good. I love it.
Now, I've been preaching a little bit tonight about the big boys up front. Tell me about this group up here. These guys have been paving the way. I mean, Lance is going to get a lot of credit tonight on the news for these touchdowns, but we got to give some credit for the big boys.
Yes. Okay. Number 55, Xander Pearson. He's amazing. He's such a nice person, and he's probably one of the people's favorites in our school. Everyone knows Xander. Everyone loves Xander and his good energy. Elijah Thomas, he's one of a gentle giant. He's super quiet, but he's one of the nicest guys still at our school. Everyone enjoys him too. But they're all just hardworking people in general.
So after the game, you'd say interview Xander, huh? 55?
Oh, 100%. Xander's great.
Okay.
Xander's a character.
I'm going to tell our photographer on the field, get 55 too. Big old lineman. I like the big boys up front.
Yes.
All right. Nate Donovan's going to keep that one. Not much happening right there on that one for Nate Donovan. And look, the student section now has got a TIFO going on here or something.
Oh, yep, the black flag.
Is that what that is?
Yes. It's one of our mottos too.
Fun night tonight here in Sumner. The Spartans lead the Vikings 35-3. Student bodies having fun. They have the homecoming halftime show, fireworks, homecoming heroes with their families out on the field. Handoff to McGee. McGee picks up. He's having a great night. Look at Lance helping up one of his big boys there. Edgar Schenk, the center for this Sumner team. The question we had earlier was Edgar's got some hair, but it's I think it was Elias is quite a hairdo as well too.
Elias Isaacs. He's in our leadership class as well. Elias is great, but I mean his hair, it's crazy. He's
been growing that for a while, huh?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, 3rd down and 6. Donovan throws. Ashton Pollard with the catch. I think Ashton was a little frustrated. He was hoping he could get a few more yards on that one.
Yeah, Ashton's very passionate about the game.
He's having a nice night.
He's done great. I mean, he's really hyped. He got his new tattoo, so he's been really motivated since then.
Okay, you take the call here. 4th down, it's all you.
All right. They got Jamar on an island on the right side. Gonna fake it to Lance. Up the middle to Jamar. A quick slant route.
And Jamar has himself a 1st down, and he took a couple licks right there, but held onto the ball. Great catch from Jamar.
Yeah. Jamar's had an awesome year. He came to our school last year, and he's really stepped it up and been a great aspect to the team.
There he is, Jamar coming off the field, getting high fives from coaches and teammates. 1st down and goal. Sumner back in the red zone, looking for another touchdown. Nate Donovan under center, hands it off, and Lance McGee, count him up with me. Zaya, count him up. He's counting them up right now. That is 5 touchdowns on the night.
5 touchdowns. That's crazy.
If you had him on your high school fantasy team, you'd be doing pretty good right now.
Yeah.
And what a night for number 9 and the Sumner Spartans as they now take a 41-3 lead at the end of the third quarter. Zaya, it has been a pleasure. Congratulations. Hopefully we'll see you down the road. Maybe get you working at King 5, the national news one day. Thank you so much for joining. Congrats on the homecoming.
It was a pleasure.
Do you want to send to the break? I'll let you go ahead and say Sumner leads it 42-3. We'll be back for the fourth quarter. Go ahead.
All right, Sumner leads us 42-3, and we'll be back for the fourth quarter.
The Big Game is sponsored by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you.
Welcome back, everybody, to the King 5 Big Game of the Week. Coming to you live on King 5 Plus. Brought to you by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you. Zaya, ASB president of the Sumner Spartans, future sports broadcaster, did a great job. Brett McDaniel back in the booth with us. And Brett, I'm telling you what, these kids here are absolutely amazing. Not only did she give us good insight, but we got some nicknames along the way.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't even have to say this young man's last name. I just call him Jamar.
Oh, okay.
That's how the kids know him here. So I love it. I got to do this more often, get the kids up here for the nicknames. But very impressive young lady, part of the Sumner leadership class that you were talking about, and just basically echoing things that you have said.
Right.
That this school is about celebrating everyone, and it's not about one person. It's about everyone, and that's pretty. And, I know, and as much as I say that, Brett, I know that's going on at Curtis High School as well. Suzanne Vick has done a phenomenal job over there as the athletic director of the Vikings, and what she brings to that school. So it's not just here at Sumner. It's going on in a lot of places, including Curtis High School. Nice little carry right here from number 22, and that's a nice pickup from Mr. Ray.
And that, I don't think we saw Ray too much in the first half, but that kid's got some wheels.
No, I think that's his first. Dontavian Ray, 5'8", 164-pound sophomore, showing some speed right there, Brett.
Showing some speed and hopefully giving Curtis a little bit of life here in the second half. And right now you're not playing the scoreboard. You're just playing for the next game. You're really trying really hard to establish some momentum, gain some confidence, and maybe take a look at some other kids that might help you down the road for Curtis.
And it will not get easier next week for Curtis as they head back home, and they'll be hosting the Puyallup Vikings. Sam Patterson with the throw was looking for Taylor Smith, overthrows him there. So they'll be taking on the Puyallup Vikings. Puyallup taking on their rivals from the Hill, the Rogers Rams, tonight. And if Puyallup more than likely, I think, would lock up the North Division with this Sumner win over Curtis and a win over the Rams tonight.
4A is stacked this year.
Yeah.
I got the opportunity to see that Lake Stevens team. They are really, really well coached. Lots of individual talent. You got GK, you got Gonzaga Prep on the east side, showing like they're a real contender as well. And
Chiawan, another good team over there.
Exactly. Sumner, and obviously what we saw from Puyallup was just different. I don't know that I've seen a high school team quite as talented as that in a long time. It'll be interesting to see what they can do.
And I'll correct myself. I mean, if Curtis can take out Puyallup next week, they would move to 3-1 in league, and Puyallup, if they get a win tonight over Rogers, would go to 4-1 if they lost to Curtis. So I think Curtis could still find themselves. That's where you would have a bunch of teams with one loss and you go to the tiebreakers. But we'll take it one game at a time. Like the Mariners, you already were talking World Series. They still need to win one in Toronto, Brett.
They do need to win one in Toronto. We did for our opening today for our professional development day, Chris. We did do a honorary prayer to the Mariner Spirit, Warrior, whatever,
okay.
and it worked. So, to my staff, we're going to have to continue to do that next week.
I always find it fascinating how people believe that they can help a team win, from Etsy witches to Cheetos to people not going to games. In the end, you just got to hit the baseball and you got to play defense. And the Salem Mariners played defense tonight. They played very good defense. They got a great pitching effort from Bryce Miller, who has been on fire for the Mariners down the stretch here.
Important question for you, Chris. You're in the line. It's a long line, concessions. You only got a few minutes. It's halftime. Limited choices, pizza, hot dog, burger. What's your go-to? Pretzel with cheese.
Well, baseball game?
No, I'm just talking here at high school. You don't got a lot of time between the half. You want to get back to your seat. You have a particular go-to?
I really enjoy in a high school game. Look at this little play right. Oh, my goodness. That is Pope. Look at Pope go, and Pope is gone. 10-5, touchdown. Mr. Pope as he enters Bainesland with the football. And another touchdown. And our young broadcaster, future broadcaster, Zaya, that's her best friend, Mr. Pope. So she's pretty excited as well.
Side note to Braylon Pope, what I heard was that Braylon actually brought the entire offense over last year to help set up the dance, or set up for the homecoming dance after the game.
I'm hoping he just didn't get injured there. A little celebration on the sidelines. He got knocked down by one of his own players. Mike Perry with more Emmy Awards, Brett, than you have touchdown receptions at Puyallup High, bringing us that live shot there of Braylon Pope getting bumped down from one of his teammates. And I say that you have a lot of touchdowns in your career because Mike Perry has like 3,000 Emmy Awards.
Yeah, well, could have had a lot more. Coach, you were just, you like to spread the ball out too much.
All right.
Other guys involved. But, in fact, one of the guys involved has a son here, Andrew Gilroy. Andrew Gilroy's son playing on the team.
Seriously?
For Sumner, yeah. And good to see an old teammate out in the stands.
And
Hall of Fame Viking.
Yeah.
Played at Idaho.
Played for the Idaho Vandals. And they're doing the old cheer, student section, enjoying life. This is the great thing about sports. It just brings communities together, brings kids together. We're seeing what the Mariners are doing. They're bringing a state together. They're bringing Mariner Nation together. My wife told me she was at one of the games when they won, and she's just hugging people around her. I was a little bit concerned about that, but I mean, it's just that's what Mariner baseball does. It just,
I think sometimes we miss the big picture, and in communities they thrive on great music, the bands, the camaraderie of that, along with sports. And sports bring communities together. You just mentioned it, and I think sometimes that gets lost. It's important to recognize that our music programs, all those things those extra activities that kids do, those are the things that bring community together, and it's what's brought Sumner together. And it's been able to be a partnership with leadership and academics and IB program, and I think that Curtis understands the same philosophy, and it's why they have such a great tradition. No matter what you do at Curtis High School, you're going to find a niche. No matter what you want to be a part of, at Sumner you're going to find a niche because there's an opportunity for everyone.
And I don't want to tell everybody listening or watching how to spend their money, but I will right now. What I would do is support the people that support these outlets. You know, I'm looking at Sunset Chef Stadium. I'm looking at the Old Cannery supporting there in the end zone. I'm looking at Phillips Law Firm, you know, supporting high school sports. King 5 Sports. I mean, Brett McDaniel, what you do. I would honor, and not honor, but just, you know, cherish and highlight these great people and businesses out there that are giving back to showcase all this positive stuff out there. So if you go to a game and you hear about a special burger place that's sponsoring the Lincoln A's, well, go support that burger place then. You know, it takes everybody to keep all this positivity going. So and I'm looking down that end zone, the Old Cannery VIP section. It's just awesome. They got the best fudge, by the way.
They do have
in the state of Washington.
Pretty much everything I own is from Old Cannery, and it used to be IKEA, but of course it
was not IKEA.
Used to be
all your furniture.
Yeah,
used to be IKEA.
I went from IKEA. I grew up a little bit and went to the Old Cannery. Finally, could afford things without an Allen wrench.
And yet you can never find the right Allen wrench.
No. A lot of arguments. It's really a good testament to marriage, right? When you first get married, you're usually at IKEA, and if you can get through those instructions with an Allen wrench, I think there's hope.
Well, and then it's 2 days later. Does it hold up?
Well, yeah.
Curtis punting. We're trying to have a little fun here. It's 49-3. This one has been all Sumner. Keith Ross has not missed on any calls tonight. He has just called a perfect game. Coach McKay is going to look at this one and regroup, head back to University Place, and they got a tough task next week. Going to host the Puyallup Vikings. But either way, win or lose, this is a playoff Curtis Vikings team, and anything can happen once you get in the playoffs, Brett.
Absolutely, and I've known lots of teams that have had big losses like this, and we're able to come back from it. As long as you can grow from it and study the film and make the adjustments, you can come back from things like this, and hopefully Curtis can find that.
All right, Sumner putting in a new quarterback now. Number 10, that's Brennan Abbott. Sophomore, 5'11", 165 pounds.
Brennan Abbott is a versatile athlete, plays basketball. Great kid, gets himself involved in leadership, and actually is a highly ranked quarterback in the 7-on-7 circuit, and kind of waiting for his opportunity here at Sumner to show what he can do, and this will be a good opportunity for him right now against a good quality football team.
And I've heard they should have a pretty good basketball team this year, the Sumner Spartans, and the girls team. They have been the last 4 to 5 years. I mean, you were the coach there. It's been one of the top programs in the state right now, and nice little defensive play there. Number 8, that's Craig Sale with the sack, and Craig Sale, just a freshman. 6 foot, 214-pound freshman for the Curtis Vikings. Get to know that name, number 8, Craig Sale. There he is right there. That does not look like a freshman to me. I'm not questioning he's a freshman. I'm just saying he looks pretty big, Brad.
Yeah, they're a lot bigger now, Chris. And like I said when we talked last time, these kids, they lift all season. They lift yearly. They have access to the right trainers and the right food and nutrition, and it's just a lot different now, and bigger, faster, stronger.
Handoff is made there to A.J. Barnby, the sophomore. Not much going there. So that's going to bring out the punting unit, I believe, for the first time tonight for Keith Ross. Well, they did bring it out once, but they ended up on a fake punt.
Right. Don't anticipate a fake punt here.
Another player with long hair back there punting.
Well, they all want to be like their coach, and multiple coaches now have the hair. It's been a thing for the last 10 or 15 years.
Look at this. Good little punt.
In fact, Casey Adcock's baseball coach, right? The Valley Boy baseball team actually started with the long hair, kind of trickled into the football program, and here it is. It's a staple. We don't have a sponsor yet by a hair product, so if you're out there listening.
Well, a tough moment in high school sports history. The Sumner Spartans, Casey Adcox, rolled into Rogers Heritage Field to play the Rams, and Ed Egan, 82 years of age, doesn't hold back anything now, and he literally started mocking the Sumner players for having long hair when they stepped up to the plate. And they said, Dad, they're high school kids. I don't care. They got long hair. They need to cut their hair. And I'm like, Dad, just settle down. doesn't help to antagonize the hitters when your grandson is pitching. All right, handoff is made. Curtis trying to get something on the board. I'm trying to figure out a positive highlight I can throw on tonight for Curtis, but this Sumner defense has just not allowed many big plays tonight, Brett.
They brought the defense. It's like I said, I think there was a rebirth with this program. I think they got back to what they do well, which is their defense, tackling, being in the right spot, trusting them, each player to do their job, and you're seeing it in full force tonight with the yellows, the bright yellows, and on homecoming night, just like I said, the perfect storm. Tough night for Curtis.
Well, sometimes in high school sports, you just get to a team at the wrong time, and I would say this is not a good time to play the Sumner Spartans, and unfortunately, they're going to be playing like this through the postseason, so they will be a tough out. The defending state champs have found a little energy, they found a little life again, and they've shown it tonight, Brett, against a Curtis team that rolled into Sunset with a 5-1 record, undefeated in SBSL play. Nice wins over Mount Si, Peninsula, a tough loss to a very good Lakes team, but this is a good Curtis team that they are just controlling tonight. And when I say that, the defensive line is not allowing anything tonight.
No, and you think Sumner has GK coming up, correct? It's coming up here pretty soon, and I think that game will have huge implications on the playoff seeding. I would assume that number 2 seed is going to have a much better opportunity in the playoffs on that crossover, and so it's going to come down a lot, probably that GK Sumner game for the 2nd seed, and assuming Puyallup can go unscathed from here on out, which by all means it looks like they will.
It's a high punt into the Sumner sky. It's going to be a fair catch. That's Wyatt Plyler with the fair catch, and it was Wyatt not long ago that gave us possibly the play of the night. Braylon Pope trying to put his name on the play list as well. Braylon Pope with a nice touchdown, Plyler with a nice touchdown, and then it is Lance McGee, 5 touchdowns on this homecoming night here in Sumner. Brett McDaniel, Chris Egan.
You went to a lot of concerts at the Puyallup Fair.
Sure I did.
What was the best?
So many great ones. I think of being a young kid and listening to the Beach Boys and the Oak Ridge Boys. Papa Mama, the Oak Ridge Boys, Elvira. I think of, date nights with my now wife and seeing New Kids on the Block back in the day. We gave them the key to the city of Puyallup. I don't think the New Kids have ever come back to use the key. There's so many, a lot of great shows.
Well, this year, limit it to this year.
Trying to think who I even watched this year. I think we went and saw.
Well, we saw Toto.
We
saw Toto.
Sure.
Toto was good. Africa.
Yacht Rock.
Great song. Yacht Rock. Christopher Cross.
Yep, one of the great Yacht Rock singers of our time. Sailing. He actually came up with the song Sailing while he was tucking his daughter away in bed one night in the crib. Wrote the song Sailing.
It's a timeless classic.
Michael McDonald, one of the great Yacht Rock singers. And that is going to do it. They're going to take a knee, and there goes the cannon. And I believe we've won. That is correct. The Sumner Spartans have won tonight, 49-3, as the clock ticks down here on homecoming night. And Brett McDaniel, if you could recap this game at all, I guess I would recap it in this, that Keith Ross has his team heading in the right direction with the playoffs coming quickly.
Yeah, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and these guys are on pace now to finish what they probably intended from the beginning, which is to make another run at the state championship crown. It's going to be a tough, difficult challenge and road, but I think the Spartans, after tonight, have shown that they're capable and ready for the challenge, and it'll be interesting to see from here on out what happens.
And if you're Coach Darren McKay, you're still having a great season. You just got to learn from this one and move forward, don't you?
Learn from this one, put it behind it quickly, and they're a good opportunity, good football team and good school, and they'll rebound. And all the best to Curtis High School. They showed a lot of class and sportsmanship throughout the game. Lots to hang your hat on. Definitely,
when you hear the word class, you think of the Curtis Vikings. Congratulations to the Sumner Spartans who win the big game of the week. In fact, I don't think, Brett, I've ever watched the Sumner Spartans lose on a King 5 big game of the week, and that goes back about 20 years. So maybe it's good luck. I'm away from the Mariners game tonight and with the Sumner Spartans on this night. But thanks to everybody at the big game staff. Olivia Mack of the station doing a phenomenal job. Mike, Ryan, Louie, Milt, and Brett McDaniel, thank you so much for joining us here in the booth tonight for the King 5 Big Game of the Week.
Thank you, Chris. It was a pleasure.
All right, you've been watching the King 5 Big Game of the Week. The Sumner Spartans win it 49-3. Big game brought to you by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you. We'll have highlights coming up tonight on King 5 News at 10 and 11 o'clock. And I'll see you on the anchor desk tomorrow. And also on the Kraken broadcast. I got to get to bed, Brett. I got some things to do.
Jim Moore wants me to say, go Huskies.
All right, from Brett McDaniel, I'm Chris Egan. Thanks, everybody, for watching the King 5 Big Game. We'll see you next Friday.
The Big Game is sponsored by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you.